What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to C-Roll Productions. We have so many hot topics to dive deep to in today's video. I'm excited. I am pumped, you guys. This is going to be some fascinating news, rumor reports to discuss, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it. But not only that, you guys, Marvel Studios executive producer Brad Winderbaum has been dropping some exclusive details about certain projects that are up and coming that people thought that were canceled. Also, a mandate they were met with from Disney on Disney Plus. We got so much to talk about, you guys. And Daniel RPK has been dropping some good, juicy, hot topics. Starting off, you guys, this is one from his recent report. Now, Avengers 5 and 6 will apparently still have Kang attached to the film as the main villain. And the Marvel Studios is looking to also cast another villain alongside Kang as well for the next two Avengers movies, which is really fascinating to me because I thought that with Avengers 5, that was supposed to be the Kang dynasty, but obviously with the whole firing Jonathan Majors and the lackluster of the love for Kang within the MCU fans, it seems like they're kind of going in a different direction that's going to scale back from Kang. At least that's what it seems like. But it's interesting to see what's going to happen with the whole incursions and the whole multiverse storyline going into Avengers Secret Wars. Now, Kang as a villain, I'm completely fine with that. I love Jonathan Majors' performance as Kang all throughout Loki. Loki season 1 is just top MCU content. But then now we're talking about the recastings of what's going to happen with the character. You know, who can take over for Jonathan Majors since his firing. I know Coleman Domingo was rumored to be, heavily interested. I mean, not heavily. He even came out and stated that he's down to do Kang in the MCU for Jonathan Majors, which I think would be a massive, massive get for the MCU. Coleman Domingo is extremely hot right now. He just got nominated for an Oscar. I mean, why not? You need somebody of that Excalibur, the talent, to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang. But it's going to be interesting. A lot of people are like, well, who's going to be the secondary villain? Is it going to be Doctor Doom? Is it going to be, Annihilus? Is it going to be Thanos? Is it going to be Galactus? I'm like, is it going to be the Beyonder? As of right now, I'm like, I don't know who they can attach with Kang the Conqueror for these next two films. It's going to be really interesting, but there's going to be a power struggle because we honestly haven't really seen two big bads work together in the MCU for the Avengers movie, because it's always been Thanos, Ultron, and Thanos is, his little minions and things of that nature. We haven't had two villains, you know what I mean? That's going to be really interesting. But it's dealing with the multiverse saga, you guys. We're going to have so many massive heroes from the multiverse saga, different universes, coming together to stop this next big bad threat. And I cannot wait. I am excited. People are even, petitioning Scarlet Witch to work alongside, Kang the Conqueror. I was like, I loved WandaVision. It meant so much to me. It was refreshing to see, the character go through a massive, massive, great story with Vision that was ripped straight from the comic books. I mean, and to see her character arc slowly but surely, gradually get better and better. And then, even, what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen, she was shocked and surprised, about the direction they went with her character, with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, turning her into the antagonist of the film. And, people say, well, she died at the end of the movie. No, she did not die. Come on. Scarlet Witch is not dead. She's not. That's come on. That's just ridiculous. But, I want to see her. I want to see her in X-Men. I want to see her as an Avenger again. I really, really do, because I feel like within her MCU phase of the earlier Avengers movies, she was kind of depowered. And she wasn't the Scarlet Witch that we know how powerful she can be. So that would be really interesting. I mean, she went toe-to-toe with Thanos and almost won. Come on now. It's that easy, you guys. But moving on to the second topic, you guys, from Daniel RPK. Deadpool 3 will add a new concept of the multiverse not yet explored. The concept is, in every universe, there's one specific hero that if they die or get removed from that universe, that entire universe would vanish. Very interesting. And each universe has a different hero. So I'm like, whoa, that is pretty big. And moving forward, I'm like, well, what's Deadpool 3 really setting up? It's leading into Avengers Secret Wars, right? We all know that. So Deadpool is from his specific universe. Maybe that is that specific hero that if he dies or vanishes, that universe is done. So that's why he has to recruit and looking for Wolverine from a different universe, right? To team up alongside with him and go out through the multiverse and stop whatever's happening. And that leads to Avengers Secret Wars, where they're teaming up and they're trying to recruit heroes from different universes to stop from whatever is going to happen, these incursions. That would be very interesting to me. That would be crazy. And there was a rumor that, Tom Holland's going to be the main vocal point of the MCU heroes moving forward. Maybe Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the hero within our MCU main timeline. That would be interesting as well. I mean, look, I'm down. I like that whole concept of the whole multiverse. It's very different. It's something we haven't yet explored yet. I am completely okay with that, And the multiverse is going to wrap up nicely, you guys. And then we're going to lead into the mutant saga, which I can't wait for. I'm excited. Yeah. But like I said, let me know what you guys think about that multiverse concept moving forward within Deadpool and Wolverine, because it's very, very interesting. Moving on to the next topic, you guys. Mr. Sinister will apparently be the main villain of the MCU's X-Men. Mr. Sinister. Look, we've seen it all. We've seen Stryker. We've seen Apocalypse. We've seen Magneto. They need to go in a different direction with these X-Men. X-Men 97 is premiering this week, you guys. I am currently watching season 1. I'm on episode 6. It's a hard watch. It's rough animation, but I really still enjoy it. It's been such a long time since I've seen the show. I was like, I need a refresher before I watch X-Men 97. I still have, 3 more seasons to get through before, 97. So it's going to be a long week, you guys. But I'm excited, all in all, to see the MCU X-Men moving forward and just who they're going to cast as, and who they're going to cast and who they're going to bring over from the Deadpool universe, because that is essentially really, really important, I do think that Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool will still be around moving forward. I don't think he'll be an X-Men, but, his presence will still be felt. I think he's going to be a pivotal character in Avengers Secret Wars. But it's really going to be interesting how they handle the X-Men within the MCU. I mean, Mr. Sinister is an extremely powerful X-Men villain. That's going to be something very different and unique to see, and I'm completely okay with that. Moving on to the next topic, you guys. Ghost Rider within the MCU will not be the same Ghost Rider from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It won't be... Now, I'm not saying that they're not doing Robbie Reyes. It just won't be that particular Robbie Reyes from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I don't want to start off with Robbie Reyes. I really don't. I want to start off with Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze, I feel like, he's the introduction to the character. Why not start off with that particular character? You know what I mean? It's like starting off with Sam Wilson, Captain America, other than Steve Rogers. I feel like you need to start off with Johnny Blaze. That would be so awesome to see. And we also know that rumor of how Michael Giacchino has, there's a potential possibility of him directing a Midnight Suns film with the darker characters, horror characters, the supernatural characters from the MCU. I'm like absolutely down with that. I love what he did with Werewolf by Night. I am fine with that. I want to see Ghost Rider. I still enjoy those first 2 Ghost Rider movies, because at the time, comic book films were so limited, and they weren't connected as they are today, and I grew up watching those movies. So, Nicolas Cage, I do expect to see Nicolas Cage show up in some kind of cameo appearance, either in Secret Wars or in Deadpool and Wolverine. I would be completely okay with that. I mean, he hated his cameo appearance in the Flash movie. He did not like his cameo appearance, and it's really unfortunate, because we never got to see that iteration of Superman done, back in the late 90s. It's unfortunate for him, but hopefully Marvel Studios, does his homage for his Ghost Rider, in some kind of cameo capacity, because that would be really, really interesting to me, you guys. But Brad Winderbaum, you guys, gives us exclusive updates within Marvel Studios. So Har and Wonderman are still coming out. They're not canceled. Relax, everybody. I know people are like, well, Ironheart and, Wonderman are definitely off the slot. They're not coming out because this whole shift and overhaul Disney's doing. They are in the editing process right now. So this is what he has to say. They're spectacular, they're amazing, they're different. We're able to explore corners of the universe that are exciting. Riri Williams is one of them, and I cannot wait for people to meet Simon Williams. Wonder Man, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen from The Watchmen, you guys. Also Black Manta from the Aquaman films. I'm not too big on this character. I don't think I've read any Wonder Man comics. It's rare where I've actually read a comic and he shows up or he appears or whatever, but it's definitely really different from what we've seen the MCU do. Like he said, to explore these different corners within, the MCU and like bringing Riri Williams into the picture since her introduction from, you know, Wakanda Forever, which I enjoyed. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how both of these projects are fleshed out, especially with Ironheart, because that shit stopped filming like 2 years ago. Like that show has been in, you know, production for I don't know how long. You know, I don't know if there's certain elements that are, you know, problematic with the show, or, you know, reshoots, things of that nature, or, you know, Kevin Feige is doing a massive creative overhaul, you know, extending reshoots and fixing storylines and fixing action sequences like they're doing with Captain America and the Brave New World. But whatever they have to do it. And, you know, I'm completely fine with it. But as of right now, there are no release dates for Ironheart and Wonder Man. It's going to be interesting. And he also confirmed that a Nova project is currently in the works. I feel like we've heard about this rumor time and time and time after again. Like, okay, Nova's in works. Nova's not. Nova's in works. Like, okay, what's going on? You know, apparently, I don't know if it's either going to be a film or a Disney Plus show, but I feel like you have to introduce Nova before you give him his own series or his own movie. You know, let fans kind of feel this character a little bit before you kind of risk and gamble on, you know, a character. I know it's risky, especially right now with Marvel Studios and all the projects they have coming out, and Bob Iger taking back over and really scaling back on the content that Marvel Studios is currently producing. So it makes all the sense in the world. So will Nova get made? You know, executive producer Brad Winderbaum, he says it's getting done. So it's getting done, I guess. And you guys, moving on to the last topic, the mandate, the Disney Plus mandate. Now, we all remember back in 2020, 2021, where, you know, Disney Plus content was just coming at you fast. It was WandaVision, it was Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it was Loki, you know, it was Hawkeye, all in 1 year. It was so much, and including the movies. It was like, oh my God, what's going on? That was because there was a Disney Plus mandate. There was a mandate to kind of create as much as we could for Disney Plus and as quickly as we could. And there is a shift now. We have to start spreading out the release dates. That is interesting because I feel like with the Disney Plus projects, to have 4 of them come out or even 3 of them come out for 1 year is a lot, because that's not including the movies. So there is a content overflow at Marvel Studios right now that they have the streaming service for another section of content that they can introduce characters and stories to the much vast bigger world of the MCU. So scaling back and doing possibly 2 movies and 1 show is completely fine with me, because I did feel overwhelmed with the amount of content in Disney Plus shows and Marvel movies that were coming out over the last 3 years, because it was a lot. And to be honest with you, it wasn't on par with the standards that Marvel Studios has been putting out for the last, I don't know how long, since a decade. Like, they took a massive hit, and it's lost. Marvel Studios they have lost some of their fandom. They've lost some of the love. You know what I mean? Now that, you know, Marvel Studios project is coming out, it is not an instant banger. It's not. People are hesitant, and people are like, I'm okay with that. And honestly, Disney Plus has hurt. Streaming services hurt the theatrical experience. It's facts. Because now people are like, oh, I'll wait. I'll wait for it. I can't afford the movies right now. I'll wait till 2 to 3 months until it's on Disney Plus. You know what I mean? That wasn't the case during the Infinity Saga. It was theatrical releases and theatrical releases only. And everybody had to go see each of those events. And it was an event, you guys. So, you know, it kind of, you know, confirms that a lot of fans, you know, were stating about the overflow of content. And it makes sense now that, you know, Bob Chickpea, he was, you know, running Disney at the time, kind of pushed out and made Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios executive producers, and just everybody pushed out that amount of content in such a small amount of time. So Disney, you are the one to blame for that. Not Marvel Studios, that's Disney, because that's a mandate, and they all have jobs and they have quotas they have to meet. And, you know, you're not trying to lose your job, because how are you going to survive in the world that is so damn expensive? But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about today's topics, thoughts, and opinions. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching Zero Productions. Peace.